What can I say? All right.
Okay.
All right.
What are we doing now?
All right. We're going to talk primarily about changing the position, changing with how fast and furious we can do it with props, backgrounds, etc., so on and so forth. The lights remain exactly the same. We've gone over that. We're doing our thing. All right, now, let's just step in. Pam, that's beautiful. Tip your head. Drop your head down. Love you. Love you. Love you. Wet your lips good. Come a little tighter, Ray. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Look what's happening. We're there. Boom. Right. Wet your lips good. Love you. Love you.
Can we shift that off to the side just a little bit, Ray?
All right. Yeah, over to the... Let it come in here. Yep. Look at the background. Look at the composition. Look at what we're doing. The whole thing is blending right in. This background...
Now, you know, that background looks a little hard to me right now, but I guess when we drop in the diffusion, it's going to soften the edge.
It's going to be fantastic.
Okay, let's see that.
Slowly, slowly, Ray, slowly, slowly.
Yeah.
Let it come down. You'll feel the goosebumps coming up and down your spine. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
How it blends.
Yep.
This is nothing more than on-camera, in-camera retouching.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's change here. Come on in. Move in. Let's go get them. Your next one. Stay there, Pammy. Let's go get them. That's it. That's it, okay? Well, they're changing. Well, they're doing it. Stay there, Pam. I need to do it. Can you live with the fact? Pam,
what's that in your pocket, Don?
If I bring my snake out, is that all right? Can you live with that? I'm going to take my snake out, so we're doing our thing. Yo, all right. Take that little rascal right there and do your thing. There, 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 there. Love you, love you. All right, let's look and see. Let's look and see. All right, there, 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 there. That's it, that's it. Chin down again. Love you. Bring it over to the side, Ray. A little more composition. Love it. Now, look at the lead lines. Look at the lines that come in. See, look at the lines that come in and do our thing. That is fabulous.
Can we pull that back 3/4 length or all the way to the floor?
Sure, sure.
Let me see what that looks
Bring it
like.
back, Ray. Let's see where we're at, where we're at, where we're at, where we're at, where we're at. Love it, love it, love it.
That's it. A little bit more.
Love it, love it.
Okay.
Love it. There. Now, even on full length, look what happens. Drop the soft focus in again. From there, I'm sliding it in, sliding it in. It's doing its thing even more, even more, even more, even more.
Yeah, really.
Gotcha. That's it.
Background.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. Let's get the next one. Go get him. Let's do it to it. Have to do her. See, I have to keep repeating, and you know this. I have to keep repeating to keep the light balance, to keep everything in the same perspective, whether it's hot lights or whether it's strobe lights. To me, light is light. It can be window light. It can be, as you know, window light, what have you, the whole ball of wax, whatever. We need to watch it and blend the light and wrap the light around that all the way there.
Okay.
There, that's it. Now, even though the head...
Are you going to do this tight or...
Tight, tight. It's got to be tight. This is more of a compositional structure tight. Do it. There you go, baby. There you go. Chin down, chin down. Love it, love it, love it. I love it. Mark, do me a favor, Dad. Bring in the soft, warm touch reflector. Soft touch. Look what's happening now. Come in tight, Ray. A little tighter. Move it in a little bit more, Mark. That's it. Look what happened. Look how it warms it up. Love it, love it. Pammy, dear, drop your head down. Even tighter, tighter. Ray, let it come in. Even tight. More so than that. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Chin down. Wet your lips. Look at the bridge of the nose. Look at the lighting. Look at the wraparound light all the way through. Next one. Let's do it to it.
Don, we have a guest.
All right. Hey, what a good-looking guest model. Do it look right up here.
A little diffusion, I think.
Yeah, you need all the help you can get. All right.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Don. Guys, we'll be right back.
And today I want to talk to you and tell you about the products that we've been using, the products that we have on special. It's a sale for this segment of Portrait 2000. You've seen me use the Warm Touch Reflector. I love it. Combination, it gives that warm tone, the warm touch. I absolutely love it.
You being here, I think this is just fantastic. It's great. And I want to say hello to all my friends and colleagues, and especially Sean in Buffalo. And this is going to be just one great day.
Don't forget your mother.
Oh, my mother too. Yes, that's right. Yes, sir.
Where'd you get these? Can we get a shot of these shoes real quick?
And as you can see, with the last shoot, it was... Hey. The last shoot was so great, it blew my socks off.
Tell you what, Stephen, why don't we do this? We'll come back to this when we come back for question and answer, but we're going to head over to Studio B right now, and when we come back, Stephen will show us some of the other images that he has in his album. One of the absolute best marketing tools any photographer can have is a good mall display. But anyone that's achieved it will tell you it's not an easy thing to do. I think there's two keys to getting that mall display. The first is persistence. Don't accept the first no. Sometimes it'll take call after call. You've got a whole setup here. Why don't you go through your equipment real quickly and tell me what you got here?
Certainly. What I like to use is the Photomaster, 800 watts. It has capability of putting 4 heads in it. I use 3 heads, and I can set up a mini studio in any location. I like to use the fill layer. Normally it would be in the center of camera position or on the side of the key light to give me that beautiful molding. In this case, we're going to leave it off to the side here so that we get a better view from the video.
Sure.
Then going over here, this is a really important light over here. This is another Westcott light modifier here, and what I would do with this is my hair light. I'm going to show you how I separate and make the veil just pop right out. And I use it also, I could feather it and turn the background into a higher key, medium key, or lower key just by a little twist of the wrist.
Now that's that RL3 that has the louver. You can put the louvers in it. In this situation, you don't want that because you're trying to throw some light on the background. You don't want to make it too directional.
I want to have that spill so I can just feather it like this and control it exactly.
Got it.
And without this, I mean, you'd be fooling around trying to put background lights in here and kickers in the back. This one here does the both job.
It makes it a whole lot easier. Sure. Yeah.
And then this is one of the newest and latest things from Westcott, which is great. This is called the Halo Key Light.
Yeah, I've seen you use this. Yeah.
And I used to use parabolic and snoots and so on to get that specular glamour style on the face.
Right.
This does the job. Isn't that great? What it has is a center clear panel, and the closer you get to the face, the more specular the light. I'll demonstrate when we get the model here.
Sure.
And then you can feather it off to one side, and it appears just like a softbox lighting.
Sure. And it probably still gives kind of a soft transfer edge, but gives you a little more specularity.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then what I like to do is use the soft focus filters, and then
so
my
that takes the edge down.
So exactly. And then I found this Bembo tripod. This is a Bembo #1, and for a wedding photographer, this thing here is the slickest because it allows you to get very, very low, very, very high. And for do all my wild contemporary looks, it's a lot more versatile. Use it in the church. It fits in between the pews. It's fast, quick, and easy with its ball head here. I use the Lindell Bellow. Yeah. This one allows me to customize all the negatives, make custom negatives. I learned that from Big Daddy way back when Moby Dick was a minnow.
I think I know who you're talking about.
That's
right.
And,
Don Blair. Don
Blair, that's it. Right. And what I did was I took it into the bridal world, and now I make custom negatives. And I'll show you how I do it. I use this Lindell Pro Hood. I come up with a couple of items here. This one here is called, I call it the Dream Edges. And I'm going to show you how I use this. What this does, there's 3 different sizes. We drop it in this slot here, and you're going to see some of the results very shortly. What it does is it makes all the edges soft and dreamy. And then to top it off, what I like to do is I've got my own series of filters here, starting with the Warm Soft. What this does is warm the skin tones, softens it at the same time, makes those brides' faces look peachy and cream, like they're from Georgia. And then there's this is a 5, a 3, a 3 and a 5. If you don't want to warm it, you just want to soften it, I have a 3 and a 5 also, without the warming effect and so on. And then I use them in combinations with each other.
Yeah.
So you can stack them and really... Yeah, you're going to see what it looks like you stack them. It's just fantastic.
Hey, pardon me, gentlemen. Stephen, you're my hero. Big-time hero. But if you want to photograph, you're talking about soft focus filters. You're talking about the beauty, the light. Try this one. It's the new Don Blair Soft Focus #1. I think you'll love it.
If somebody got that pencil, we could put a big X across his head again or something here.
Don, this filter's incredible. I have one. But every time I put it in, I looked at the brides, they looked like Don Blair.
I love it. Later on.
Take it easy, Don. Hey, you just got a gift.
Oh, thanks, Don. Thanks a lot. I got 2 of them now.
All right, what are you doing with the background in terms of how you draped it and so forth? You've got something underneath it here. What's going on there?
Okay. To start off with, I'll show you. This is, I invented this.
Where'd you get these backgrounds, anyway? Who makes these?
These are David Mayhew backgrounds. And this one here is called the Sherbert. It's just fantastic for bridal photography. I'll tell you why. Because almost any of the color tones that you see in here, you want to turn it medium key, high key.
Yeah.
The brides go, I can't believe it. It's just the perfect, matches the color of my bridesmaids' dresses, matches the color of the bouquet, it matches the color of something all the time. And it has a really nice bridal feel about it. It's very, very because of the pastel.
Sure.
To start off with, I'll show you what because I do this contemporary look, new wave style. I come out with a Stephen Rudd posing cushion. See this contemporary posing cushion. Now,
beautiful.
Oh, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, why the weird shape?
Because
you know? Looks like a beanbag chair to me, but it's not shaped like it.
I start off with a beanbag. The beanbags were just too large. What would happen is I'd photograph a beanbag with a bride sitting on it. Instead of using this as a prop to create the contemporary style, it's cone-shaped, and you're going to see when I demonstrate, the model will slide right in here. It gives a support over here, and you can pose 6 people on this shape here, and it's very, very comfortable to use. And it's very, very easy to transport around your vehicle. Now, getting back to the backgrounds here. Most photographers try to get away with one background. Have you heard them?
Yep.
They'll say, Ed,
sure.
what size background do you use?
Should
Use
I
a
buy,
12 by 18, 12 by 20. It doesn't matter if it's 100 feet long.
Sure.
The material's always in the wrong place.
Yep.
So what happens now is that you will compromise the design of the background to make sure you have enough material in the front. What you should do is have 2 backgrounds. There's several reasons for it. One, you will not disturb the design of the background. You could use this. We could use a chair, a stool, the back of a sofa. We're not going to disturb the background.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anyone else point that or even come up with that, and it makes all the sense in the world.
There's another real good one. I get photographers will say, Steve, look at these wrinkles here. Look at, I mean, how do you get those wrinkles out?
Yeah.
If you see the wrinkles, then you're taking a photograph of the background instead of using the background as color, texture, and design.
Sure.
So you should be approximately 4 to 5 feet from the background using a 100 mil lens.
Yep.
If it's an 80, you might want to go 1 more foot so the background is slightly diffused out of focus. That's another reason for using 2 so that you can get the distance off. Another reason is that we could take the one background here, and if we didn't want to use this light and put another gel inside here, we can gel the background. We can make one background look a dozen different ways. So there are many reasons why you should have 2 backgrounds.
Now, I see you've got these. Where'd you get these clips? Are great. Yeah, I see people working with gaffer's tape and so forth. I guess you can pick these up a lot of places, but I mean, it's just a very easy way to go about putting up your background.
Actually, yeah, I got these are from Walmart. I think they use them to hook on battery cables to the car. They work really great. And you could put photography on them, and they would cost 4 times more.
I'll tell you what, Stephen, you're going to bring in Jody in just a minute, right?
Yes.
Before we bring Jody out, though, we're going to take a real quick break. One of the areas that causes photographers a great deal of confusion is understanding soft lighting. Many photographers feel that if you just take a piece of diffusion and stick it in front of the light source, that will give you soft light. But the reality is the only way to create soft light is to make that light source larger in relationship to the subject. In this situation, we have 4 different size light sources. We've got a mini spot, and then a 16-inch, a 24-inch, and a 50-inch Apollo. Each of these light sources, in their relationship to this subject, has approximately the same degree of softness. The one exception to that is the mini spot. If we could view this lighting setup from the subject's perspective, what we would see is that all of the soft boxes line up and appear to be exactly the same size. The mini spot, on the other hand, occupies only approximately 1/3 of our first soft box, so it's approximately 1/3 as soft as the soft box light sources. Now, the only way to make this mini spot soft is for us to actually add diffusion. So if we take down the other light sources now and just leave the mini spot up, the only way that we can make this hard, contrasty light source appealing is to take a piece of diffusion and actually drop it in front of the lens. As we can see, what happens is we're now blooming the highlights over the shadow areas. In effect, we've created a transfer edge. However, this is an artificial transfer edge, and while it can be very flattering for some subjects, I really don't feel on a man it's appropriate to add a great deal of diffusion. So if we turn off our mini spot now and take out the diffusion, we'll turn on our second light source. Now, if we look at this image, we can see that it has that same quality of softness, that same degree of transfer edge from highlight to shadow that we had with the mini spot once we added the diffusion, but we don't have that overall soft, misty quality that really wouldn't be appropriate for a male subject. Now, to further illustrate this, we can turn off each and every one of these light sources and turn them on individually, and we'll see how, in fact, each light source behaves exactly the same in terms of the relationship of transfer edge to shadow. So I'm going to move this light source back, and let's bring up our second light source. And now we can see that we really haven't changed at all, that the quality of the light, even though this light source is twice as far away, the quality of light is identical to what we had with the Mini Apollo. Now, why is this important? Well, if you're working with a single subject, then you can use a very small light source like that and bring it in very close and create a very soft quality of lighting. But as we add more subjects to a photograph, we need to pull our light source back just to get it out of the way of the camera. When we pull that small light source back, it then becomes a smaller, harder light source. So we need to increase the size of the light source. This size light source, this 25-inch or 24-inch Apollo, would be appropriate for probably 2, 3, maybe 4 subjects. But any larger group than that, we'd simply have to move it too far back. So if we turn down this third light source now, and turn up our final light source, which is this 50-inch Apollo, once again we can see that the quality of the light on the subject's face has not changed. It's identical to the previous 2 light sources. And if we had a very large group now, let's say 10 or 12 people, we would need a light source as large as this in order to retain the same pattern of light that we had previously. We're back. Stephen, what are we going to do?
We're going to do some posing.
All right.
We have our model over here, Jody, which usually Jody is my assistant and colleague, and today she's going to be our model. Isn't she beautiful?
Gorgeous.
And she wants to be on the other end of the camera, but today she's going to be on this end.
She gets to find out what it's like to be the bride sitting there and being fussed over. And
you got that right.
All right.
First thing I'm going to cover is the exposures that I use doing this contemporary fashion, new wave style, and so on. We have the fill light over here.
Right.
Use the fill light is 5.6 or f4, 4.5, depending on what kind of ratio I want to have. The most important light, one of the most important lights, right over here, again, is my hair light. I have this usually 5, 6.5 to f8.
Okay.
And then I can feather it back and forth.
And that's with the fill on. So that's a combination of the fill and... Or is that all your lights at once?
No,
when you're
I'm
doing
them individually. This is individually.
All right.
My key light over here is usually individually 8.5.
Okay.
When I put them all together, I may get 8.8.
All right.
I shoot at f8 dead on to compensate for all the filtration and the vignetting that I'm going to put in here, so I don't have to be fooling around, metering every time, so I get a good base density negative based on that, no problem. I like to use high contrast film, rated at 100, so when I shoot through all that diffusion and everything, it's really soft, but underneath we got that nice, real good punch in the colors and so on. So and it works really, really well with this.
Okay, terrific. If you want me to handle, I'll be your assistant, okay? And
sure, I'm just going to check the light here, okay? All right, perfect. Perfect. And the fill. All right. Everything's set.
Okay.
So we're just going to put, I like to fire by remote control here because it eliminates tripping over all the cords, and especially sometimes I like to go off tripod and work around. Sure. The idea is from this angle here, it allows you to be a lot more creative. Instead of looking straight on like this, if you use a posing table, one of the Tony tables or stools or whatever, you usually get to view things straight on. It isn't very often that you get a 10-foot ladder and go up and see how it looks from down there, so we never get a chance to expand our creativity and get it, to see what things look like from different angles. This way here you do. I mean, just look at it from up here, and then normally this is what you'd see down here, so it allows a lot more photo opportunities, and in a lot of cases you don't even have to move the bright. You can just move the light around. It's really it's easy. Now, starting off with the basic composition, even though it may be different, there are certain rules that you should follow.
Yep.
in composition. For instance, we want to have good base to the photograph. We want to have nice lines, so it's real dynamic. So if we pose the bride, we wouldn't let her go do this. See, you've got a hand coming straight out at the camera. We want to keep it so that we have nice angles and base. Use this hand, can come over here like this and pose on top here. We like to fluff the veil like this, so we fluff it up. Perfect. And again, if the bride does not have beautiful arms, beautiful hands, you can use the veil, the blusher, see, to just go over here and filter this out.
Sure.
So this becomes primary and this becomes secondary. And keep this out here. Now, I just want to show one other thing. If you can just focus in right on here, how important this is. This hair light, look, there it is with no light
Sure.
on the background
Right.
or whatever. A lot of us will light the background. Oh, it looks great. But watch, it's still not alive. Look at when we introduce this. See what happens now?
Yep.
That's why this light is very, very important. If we want to turn that background into medium key, we just feather the light off a little bit like this. See, it just
Got it. Sure.
comes right down in the back. And if we want to make it more high key, we just direct it here just a tiny bit more.
Right.
Then we go behind the camera.
Okay, why don't we shoot some with no filtration, and then we can see what your filters are going to do.
Sounds good to me. I just like to fix that veil on the right-hand side. Jeff, could you come in and just... I'd like to introduce Jeff at the moment here. This is Jeff Rose from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. He's an up-and-coming star, and we work together quite often, and he's lecturing all over the circuit, and today he's helping me out here to make this even more a success.
See.
So, fluff it out a bit more there. All right. Fantastic. Now, to start to make this really interesting, what I would do is I'd just take one photograph like this without any kind of filtration at all, and we'll just, so I can show you the difference. And that's beautiful, Jody. Lift the chin up a tiny little bit, and there we go. I almost forgot to tell you about one of the most important things, especially with this style. It's not Rembrandt-style lighting. It's a little loose, more glamour. So we got the, see that light, beautiful light in here?
Right.
The brides hate to be manhandled. You know how we go over and we're always doing this? So what I do is I give them directions first. Watch. Jody, just up, down. This is a straight turn, turn, tilt, tilt, up, and down. And look at that. Perfect. Without any batteries, we got total control. Look at that. See that? And it does work. So you can orchestrate everything from behind the camera. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to take it one step further, and we're just going to put the soft edges around here, and we're going to put them, and what is this going to do is softly mute the outside edges. So it makes the photograph look real dreamy.
Right.
Also, where it's a real benefit with doing this contemporary style is that it sort of helps you with where does the photograph begin and where does it end. You know, where do you stop? And you know, this business about, well, you cut part of the arm off.
Yeah.
With this, it doesn't matter. It goes off into a dream on the outside and then goes into nice soft focus in the middle, so it doesn't really matter where you end the photograph, and it pulls it off really, really well. So we'll take one like that so you can see the difference. Looking right here, Joe, that's perfect. And now...
Okay,
can
you got
hear
about
me?
umpteen filters in here. Which one you want?
On this one here, I'm going to use the warm soft to start
Warm
off
soft.
with, okay?
Okay, got it.
This is the warm. What this is going to do is warm it, soften it, all at the same time. So, Jody, that's it. Perfect. Just tilt it, lift the chin up a tiny, perfect, right on. It looks, wow, hot. Great stuff. Now, let's see what this looks
Let's
like.
take a look at him.
All right. Here's the first one that we did. And you can see here, we've got this nice base here, nice diagonal lines. And one of the strongest compositions, especially if you're doing square,
Right.
is that pyramids are very, very powerful. And you can see that we're creating a pyramid right here. And we've got all this nice, beautiful hair light happening up here and so on. And then what I would do is this would probably be the crop for me, being square. We just eliminate this over here.
And I can see that, you know, we've got no filtration in this at all.
At all.
And it's a little hard, and the background has a little more detail than you probably want, so.
But starting off with the basic composition.
Composition is
Beautiful.
gorgeous,
That's right.
right.
Now watch,
right.
we're just going to build on this
Okay.
and really turn it into something.
Okay, so let's bring up the next one. All right.
All right. And so what we have here now, you can see we have all the soft edge goes all the way around here just like this. Again, we'd crop it here.
Right.
Crop it right in here like this.
Yeah.
And that would be, and we just, see, it's just softly on the outside. It's not really harsh. And again, you see the background. See, the background is just a bit of texture, color.
Right, sure.
Nice design, very, very pleasant. It all blends in together.
Yeah.
And now my final image would be, and if I was going to do proofs, which I don't do proofs, but if I did, can you imagine if you, instead of going click, 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 showing them all the same, you can show your bride how hard you're working for you.
Right,
for
sure,
her.
sure.
One clean,
Right.
one soft edge, and one the ultimate, so
Right.
let her be the judge.
Yep.
I'm sure she's going to take this one here.
Yep, yep.
Let's see the next one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Again, we didn't move, so we still have that beautiful
Right.
pyramid, see it?
Right.
Nice, hands posed nicely,
Right.
soft all around the edges. We crop
Right.
it off here,
Yeah.
and so on, and there would be the finished image. And
Gorgeous.
I'm sure that anybody would love that. And you see how simple and easy it was
Sure,
to do.
sure, sure. Okay, so from this, you're going to vary this pose and go into something
From this, we're just
Okay.
going to go into
Okay.
something really,
Okay.
it's going to be real easy.
Okay.
Just slip into the next pose.
terrific.
All right. All we're going to do now is, Jody, what I want you to do is, look, just tilt yourself up a tiny little bit. I want you to extend this arm out here. Oh, not quite so much. That's too funky. Put your arm up here, right in here. That's it. And now I want you to just twist over here a tiny little bit this way. That's it. And I want you to look right down over in this direction. That's it, right there. Perfectly, perfect.
Let me guess. I bet you're going to want the bouquet in this shot.
Yeah, why not? I think a bouquet would be really nice in this photograph, wouldn't you? We
Yeah,
haven't used
yeah.
it yet. A lot of the photographs that I take, I mean, you could use it without a bouquet or with the bouquet. Isn't that nice? When some of it gets stuck, and we always want to do those photographs with the bouquet standing here like this.
Right.
I tell a bride the only time that you put a bouquet up here and look out like this is when you're horizontal in your coffin. Other than that, let's get the bouquet and get some nice base of the photographs. There we go. So we're going to put this right out here. We're going to have to move back a tiny little bit here. And here we go. Just get a little bit of focus. And we have the warm soft in here.
Yep.
What I think I'm going to do, can I have the, I'd like the ultra warm soft. I'm going to
Ultra
just
warm.
increase
Yep,
the
yep,
soft
yep.
focus just a tiny little bit
Yeah.
here. Here we go. Thank you very much. All right. Looks good. Hold it right there, Jody. That's perfect. All right. And that was so
Okay.
easy, I'm telling you.
Yep. Bring that one up.
All right. And here it is, right over here. Again, we're using a broad light source, and you notice
Yep.
that although you can get real contemporary, there are certain rules that you shouldn't break. You know those rules by the old masters about composition. One of them being right here. See where the nose is right,
Right.
here? Look
Yeah.
at this.
Uh-huh.
And the nose is not breaking the cheek line right here. See this?
Yep, got it.
Right
Yep.
in here like that.
Right.
It's staying right within, confined.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, not a total profile, like
Right.
almost a profile, but in the three-quarter stage.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
have this nice, beautiful diagonal line right over here, and the bouquet here, softly diffused. Again over here.
Yeah,
See, we're creating that pyramid.
Too often the bouquet is just too overpowering, and I really like that.
That's
Really
right.
like
And
that.
if you do have a really, a lot of times the florist, the only way they can get more money to the brides is sell them bigger bouquets
Right.
with more flowers. This is a great way to low-key that bouquet
Sure.
and just sort of diffuse part of it so that you still get all the color over there and it doesn't overpower your whole image.
Gotcha.
Isn't that great?
Sure.
And in this case, it worked really, really well.
Beautiful.
And we have all those nice lines, really, really elegant. Took in a little bit more of the background. And this one here, you might not want to shoot this one square. This looks great rectangular. You
Sure.
might want to put an 8x10 horizontal in.
And the change, I mean, all you really did, you changed the pose. The lighting, everything else was
Stayed right there. Yep, 1,
So
2, 3.
real
Just like
fast
that.
right
Yep,
into it.
Yep,
Terrific.
fantastic.
Okay. So what are we going to do next?
What are we going to do next? What we're going to do next is we're just going to slightly move the bride, and we're going to move the light. And this is where Jeff, my sister, is going to help me. Jeff, do you want to move the light right over here so we got that beautiful specular coming in here? Jody, do you want to just turn your head that way? That's it. And look right down over here. That's perfect, 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 perfect. And what we're going to do, Jeff, I want you to take the veil away from the back of the face over here so it's nice and clean. And we can move that light in just a little tighter. Oh, that's perfect. Move that hair out of there, too. Yes, we'll get a nice, clean profile. It's beautiful.
Let me clean this up a little bit, too.
We're going to fluff this just around here. Thanks, Ed.
Hey, you know,
Hey,
I've done this before.
You must have shot a
On
couple
rare
of weddings.
occasion.
You must have shot a couple of weddings,
A few times.
Well, you can do mine.
Yeah.
Are you going to live that long?
I don't know.
Okay, and here we go. Oh, the veil. Jeff, the veil came around. I want you to remove the veil from the back, please. On the back.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. That's better. Leave that hair there. That's perfect. Great. And wow, does that ever look nice? That's beautiful. Just a little tiny bit of reflector in there. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, gorgeous.
And Jody, can you just look down a tiny little bit? That's perfect. And no blinking. All right. Looking good. Thank you. And did you want to come over and have a look at this one over here? And there we go. Look at that beautiful specular right on the nose, down the side of the face. Isn't that great? Look at that. Just perfect. And again, we hardly moved the bride. She just twisted her hip.
Sure.
And then we have left this arm out here with the bouquet, and this one here, she just extended a tiny little bit, and we still are creating beautiful, beautiful pyramid-style posing and made it real simple and real easy. And we could also crop in here just nice and tight, beautiful, just like that.
Well, why don't we
Control
actually
it.
do that? Why don't we actually do that? Because I'd like to see that close up. That's hard to imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you come in tight? Let's do
Total
that.
another
Yeah,
image.
yep.
And also, when you get in real tight like that, to change the whole feeling about the photograph and the mood, we're going to beef up the soft focus. We're going to double it up. How's that?
Okay,
All right?
perfect. Yep.
So let's go in here nice and tight.
What do you want on top of that?
There we go. All right. So give me the ultra warm soft. Give me a soft FX.
Soft effects. Got it
Yeah.
right here.
Perfect. Wow, that's real nice. Yeah, just kick that in there for me, Jeff. That's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, Jody. Beautiful. Whoa, almost lost it there. There we go. Jody, just tilt the head back a tiny little bit. That's it. That's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, looking good. Okay.
Keeping the plane of the film parallel with
You
the
got
plane
it
of the
exactly
picture.
for the effect. And we got this high camera angle.
Right.
Shooting down just makes it look
Right.
more dramatic.
Sure.
You're going to see it's going to be beautiful. All right, Jody, I want you to just hold it right there. No blinking. Perfect. Got it. And now, while we're here, Jeff, watch. I want you to just bring the key light
Got
just
it.
around here, tiny little bit. Bring it over. Keep moving it. Right in. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. This way. On an arc. Right over here, Jeff. That's it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Jody, now you look right up at me. Oh, well, that's it. Just lift the chin a tiny little bit. Beautiful. Wow. And wait, let's go back and look at this. We got two just incredible photographs. And hey, is that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that soft. It's so dreamy. And that nice little specular right on the nose here. See, that's beautiful.
Did you use this?
And and another thing that I like to do, that a lot of us, and I picked this up sort of, I guess, from, you know, the George Hurl Hollywood style photographs. I don't know if you've ever seen them, old black and whites and so on. He used to shoot loose. He used to go right in and crop real tight. And a lot of us are afraid to crop in tight. A lot of times there's a photograph within a photograph.
Sure.
Instead of doing that, I actually shoot it that way. I go in and usually see crop real tight in the head. Don't be afraid ever to do that. It makes it even more dynamic.
Two identical images, really, but the bride is totally different.
You're going to
Totally
sell two
different.
separate
Right.
photographs,
Gotcha.
no problem,
Sure.
because they look distinctly different because of the focusing. The soft focus on the one is more extreme and also going in real tight. And let's have a look at the next one.
Yeah.
And then all we did,
Oh.
she didn't move at all, just turned her head towards it. Look at those eyes. They're talking to us. And again, that peaches and cream, look at that beautiful, I mean, the complexion,
really,
the skin tones.
With that key light now, because it's got that added specularity, you really need the diffusion on that.
Exactly. And you need the high contrast film to bring
Right,
that
to
as we're
bring it
looking
through.
right underneath
Sure,
that.
sure.
You know another great benefit? Guess what? No more retouching. Machine prints, just like this, perfect every time. The brides come in and they say, Steve, look at my skin. It's glowing. It looks better than when I look in the mirror. And that's what you want them to, that's what you want them to say.
Sure.
All right?
Yep.
So let's go back, and we'll just back off in the same sequence here, and I'll
yeah.
show you just a little bit different. We'll change the camera angle, and we'll get a little more base and incline the arms a little bit, just a little different composition, all right?
Good.
Okay. Jody, and we're going to move this back here. I'd like you to just sit up a little bit here. We don't even need the bouquet for this one. We'll just put the bouquet. Catch this. Do you want to catch this? All right. All right. He's next to get married.
Why did I know that was coming?
Okay, we're going to fluff the veil out here. Perfect, perfect. Now, I want you to slide down just a tiny little bit just like that. And I'm going to use the hands around the face here. I want you to just, that's it, perfect. And then we're going to take this hand right over here like this and sort of touch over here. And again, what we're going to do, remember, nice base in here like this, and we're going to use the veil to come around and soften up the arms and that to make, because we're in tight like this, and using this nice directional light, we want, it's like a glamour style, we want your attention to go straight to the face.
Yep.
She has beautiful arms, that's no problem. But I'm just going to show you her, if you want, you could do it like this, no problem.
Yep.
But if you have a bride, she's a little heavy on the arms and so on, this is a great way to camouflage them and still look really elegant. And the hands are just like that, boom. And Jeff, can you move the key light right around here for me, please? We just need to cover up this hand tiny little bit more with that veil. That's perfect. Beautiful. And get this little bit of hair back here. All these small little details make the difference. And because we've moved a little bit, we're just going to move our hair light in a tiny little bit. And tilt it down a little bit. And that's fantastic. Here we go. Just like that. And our camera angle is going to be slightly from here, right? Just like this here. That's perfect. Oh, right, Jody. Looking right up here. Just lift the chin up tiny little bit. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. What another great looking shot. Let's go have a look at it.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Again, really, really soft all around the outside edges. We've got nice base to the photograph here. You see this here?
Yeah.
Look, nice diagonal lines. We got one going up here like this, coming down here like this, another one going up here like this, and then up in here. You see this? So we have all these, so the photograph having all this energy, and again, we'd crop it off here, turn this into a square. This one here would be better square, more dynamic.
Right.
And so we just
And
get
notice
rid
you're
of this
being
here.
careful within the composition. You're not cropping through arms, hands, fingers, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
When you're back 3/4 length anyway.
Exactly, exactly.
Yep.
And now, with her in that same position, wait, I'll just show you something real quick here. All we're going to do is just move her hand slightly, and we're going to go in tight and take a real close one. Again, we're going to increase the soft focus to make the look different.
Sure.
My rule of thumb is not always the same, but it's a good one to follow.
Right.
Is that if you're doing it head and shoulders, 3/4, have sort of medium soft focus.
Right.
If you're going to go in real tight on the face, this is a great time to increase the soft focus and make your skin look all rich and dreamy and so on, all right?
Sure. Got it. Got it.
So we're going to go right in here like this. Jody, now what I'd like you to do is just take your hand, put it on your face here. Take the other hand and go right up on the side, closer to the face. Here, I'm going to help you here before I get in here tight. All right, yeah, hold the veil. Hold the veil like this and just go right up on the side of the face. Just like this, yes. Hold, picking the veil, that's it, good. Now we're just going to come in here and capture this right here. You can move the key light in here if you like, Jeff. So we're just going to get a little bit more specularity and bring in my reflector and just kick it right from down here, just like that, okay? Can I have the silver soft side? A little bit of silver, a little bit of gold. Just warms up the skin tone a little bit more. Beautiful. There we go. All right. Here's my camera position. Right here. That's perfect, Joe.
Hands up around the face. Gorgeous.
Hands up around the face. I like to use the hands around. There's a lot of opportunities. I mean, some photographers don't like the hands around the face, but brides have beautiful hands. They usually go and they get their nails done and everything else. They like to see them if they got nice hands, and if they don't, this is where you intertwine the veil and so on to make sure that it looks great. And we're just going to have her pick the veil just a tiny little bit more and capture it right around here. That's perfect. And here we go. Looking right here, Joe. That's perfect. All right. Let's go look at that one.
You were really in tight here.
Yes. Real tight. See how nice. And see, we have the hand here, like here. Like this. But it's really secondary. You look at it and you can see it there, but it's really, really soft. We're just showing the edge of the hand here. Again, not straight on the camera. Do you see the tilt? See the angle here? And the eyes like this. So we're creating all...
Keeping diagonals. You're not
keeping
letting things get static.
Exactly.
Got it.
Look, anything but looking straight onto the camera.
Yep.
Now I'm going to show you. Right from this position, we're going to make her real comfortable, and you got to be careful. You got to take this shot real fast because the bride's going to fall asleep on us. She's so comfortable. Watch. We're going to go right into another whole look here. All right, Jody, what I'd like you to do is to slide out. Just slide out a tiny little bit. That's it. Perfect.
This is where that sort of cone-shaped pillow comes in because she's on a on an angle.
Exactly.
So it's comfortable for her.
Exactly. Okay. Now I want you just to slide your head right down here. That's perfect. Here, where'll I get this hair out of here, Joe? That's it. Okay, good. Fluff the veil up. Jeff, can you move over my hair light a little bit more for you? Thank you.
All right.
Right here, just like that. That's it. Perfect. And now we're just going to fluff the veil up in the back here again to create this whole dreamy look. And a lot of times, these veils are, we've got a nice veil here, but look, I'll just show you something here. I'll be right back. Look, in my case, I like to bring all kinds of extra tooling and everything else. Because we're creating a dream-style photograph that it doesn't matter if the bride has a very short veil or whatever. We bring our own tooling and everything else, and we create the whole look and make it all puffy all around, make it look just gorgeous. Can you bring the key light right over here, Jim?
What are you going to want for filtration on this?
I think I'm going to have her lay down here just like that. Close your eyes, and I'm going to double up on the soft focus on this one here, okay? Right. Oh, beautiful. Sleeping Beauty. Look at this. That's incredible. Love it. These ones sell really, really well. And we're going to crop it right in here. Here's the photograph, right here, right in here, just like this.
Yep.
Very, very dreamy. Right after this, I'm going to have her look up.
Yep.
I'm going to take another one. So we're going to sell 2 photographs, and the bride hardly moved. She just looked up at us. Isn't that great? Watch this. First one is going to be just like this. That's perfect. And here we go. The first one. That's it. Jeff, just kick it around there a tiny little bit. That's it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And like I say, you got to take it quick or she's going to fall asleep.
Sure.
That's one. Now, all I want you to do is just look up at me. Just tilt your head up a tiny little bit. That's perfect. The bride's looking right up at us. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the soft focus out.
Okay.
We're going to take this one. So if we've only got the ultra warm soft in here, because she's looking at the camera.
Gotcha.
So we're going to change the
Not
filtration.
quite so dreamy and right.
Not quite so
Got it.
dreamy. And that's
Yeah.
it. And no blinking, Jody. Perfect.
Take a look. Erase those lines. Actually, they almost work.
Now, what we have here, isn't this beautiful?
Yep.
Look how dreamy that is. And again, her skin is just like porcelain. We have a nice, look, base to the photograph. See the position of the arms?
Right.
And yet, there is, if you were to take all this area of flesh here, it's probably greater than the area of her face. But because we've draped the blusher just over that,
Got the
we've,
tooling there.
yeah, exactly, and her hands are posed elegantly, and it's very, very soft, and our attention goes straight to her face, even with the nice dream edges around here. This is one that I might not even crop square. I might just leave this one as another horizontal image, and so on. And it shows off her hairpiece. It shows everything off perfectly. And then we go right into the next photograph like we took. Look at that. Same thing. And now we see a little less soft focus on it, and look at those eyes. They're just talking to us. So the idea is to be able to move and quick as fast as you can, and to be able to not move the bride around and come up with more compositions based on just you using different camera angles, different styles of filtration, and so on, so that we can sell and get more photographs taken that are totally different looking.
Sure. Okay, you know, why don't you put me in one of these? I've always wanted to be photographed with Jody.
That'd be a great idea.
All right.
Why don't we? As a matter of fact, Jody, guess what? I've got your great-grandfather here. Is going to come on over here, Ed.
Right.
You look. Hey, you even look good without your tuxedo on. So you're just going to fit right into this set, no problem.
You know,
All right.
This for you.
Now, what we're going to do with we're going to move the. First of all, I'll move this hair light in here because it's going to be too low because we're going to be sitting up a little higher.
I take it you move the dress because I'm going to sit there. Okay. All right.
That's good. We're going to take this up just a little bit.
This around.
Perfect. And now, if we're looking here, what I'm going to do is, because we want this to look a little more masculine, we're going to turn the background a little bit more low-key. So we're just going to turn this off. See, we're going to turn this off the background here and have it, because you got the dark shirt on anyway, so it's going to really separate it really perfectly.
Yeah, do you want me like
turn
this
off.
in here? Or?
No, I want you to spin around and sit backwards, just like that. Isn't that perfect? And get real comfortable. Bring this foot up here. Again, this is real natural stuff. Take this hand right down here, like this. That's it. Perfect. You comfortable? It's comfortable, isn't it? And now, your daughter is going to, she's going to just like this, and she likes to hang on to Dad's arm here and all that muscle, especially when he works out all the time, right, Ed? So there, now all you're going to do is just tilt right over here like that. And Jeff, can you just move the key light right over here for me just a little bit here, perfectly? And again, remember the detail, not to forget to fluff the veil out like this, and we'll just fluff the other side a little bit. Thank you, Jeff. And here we go. And the crop is going, in this one here, is going to be right here like this. Look, right here, right around here, and right up to here. Now, in a conventional style photograph, without using all these dream edges, where are we going to stop the photograph? It's going to look like lost half your leg, lost half your arm. With this dream edges, this is going to go right off into softness. Center of attention is going to be right in here. It isn't going to matter. You just watch when I show you this. All right, here we go. Perfect. Looking right here, George, just lift your chin tiny little bit. Just turn your head this way. Lift the chin. That's it. Perfect. And we're going to right here. All right, we got it. Now, Ed, wait till you get up and have a look at this one.
Thanks, Jody. Oh, I'm an old man.
How do you like it?
I want one.
Isn't that beautiful?
I want one.
And it was so easy to do. And we have hardly moved the bride yet. She's hardly moved around at all. And look at here. As I was telling you before, look, see how we've, this soft edge around here, we've just taken the soft edge here and the soft edge here. So it doesn't bother you that we're going off to the edge of the print here, does it?
No.
Because it's locking us right in here. And another thing that we've done is we've used the minimum soft focus.
Right.
Because when we're photographing men, we don't want to have you look too mushy, dreamy.
Sure.
Still want to maintain that masculine look.
Yep,
So
yep,
we've
yep.
just taken the edge off.
Yep.
And again, you got to make sure that you don't break these rules. Look, we're bending the wrist of the hand up here,
Yep.
so this hand's all still posed nice and
Right,
elegant.
sure.
Little separation over here, do you see?
Yep.
And we've got the veil out, nicely lit in the background, good separation. You got a nice expression on your face. It's beautiful. Looks great to me.
Incredible.
All
Great.
the dads love it.
Great, great.
Okay, now we're going to go into something where she's almost in the same position. This could be the groom, or it could be her brother.
I'll go back in now?
Oh, no, once you're the dad, you can't be the
Okay.
groom.
Okay.
All right, so let me see. Jeff, come on in here. We'll do something really different with Jeff here. Jody, what I'd like you to do is watch. Yeah, take this arm and extend it right out here, like, oh, push yourself up just a little bit more. Take this arm right out here. Jeff, can you just move that veil back there? Right, no, that's it, the veil. That's the dress. All right. And fluff it right around this side over here, Jeff. Give it to me over here. Thank you. All right. Okay, Jeff, I just want you to position yourself right in here. Kneel right in. Take her hand over here. She's going to put her hand right on top of yours. Lean right in. She's going to lean back to you. You're going to lean right over here. That's perfect, perfect. And tilt your head over that way, Jody. We got this all happening. And this could be the groom. Look at this. It's incredible. Let's take one. Beautiful. And we got beautiful diagonal lines, nice base of the photograph, really simple to do. Here we go. Perfect. Now, I'm going to show you this one here, but you could continue on and do it. Once you've got the concept, you don't have to do pose A, B, C, D.
Gotcha.
You let your creativity just flow. You may never do the same thing twice.
Yep, yep.
With this same, I mean, you could just go on, look. She could touch him like this. He could look down at her.
Right.
She could be looking over here. Move the light in here. We could have, looking up. It's just, it goes on and on and on and on. Many, many poses coming from the same concept.
Sure.
Let's look at the first one we did.
Sure, sure.
Here we have, look at this. Again, look at all these beautiful diagonal lines. What are we creating here again? She's a pyramid. He's, the two of them together a pyramid. You see this? Very, very strong.
So this could have been the same guy when you had me here, and then you put the groom there. You're giving him a lot of choices,
Exactly.
and they don't want to eliminate any of them.
Exactly,
so.
exactly. Isn't that beautiful?
Yep.
And we could even leave that one.
Right.
We could crop it. This one could be cropped square if you wanted
Sure.
to. Look, see, there we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, and it still looks good if you
Right.
left it horizontal, and it looks even more dynamic square. And again, getting in nice cropping the head, not too much headroom.
Sure.
With all these beautiful diagonal lines
Sure.
and pyramid
Sure.
posing and
Sure.
soft and so on. And you see we didn't put a lot of soft focus on the side.
Yeah.
And then the next one we were looking at, we
Right.
could just move the hands, move in tighter, closer, move the light around. You can increase the soft focus, and it just goes on and on and on.
You know what I'd like to see you do is at least one of what I guess is your hallmark, the thing that I think you invented it, is these upside down brides.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
Don't you ever get brides that say, no way, I'm not going to do that?
I'm going to tell you what happens. I actually, when I go to the bride's house, they'll say, okay, Steve, when are we going to do the upside down pose?
Yeah, really,
Because I have it displayed in my studio and so on. And like you say, not only amongst my colleagues that I'm recognized by that
Sure.
style, but with my clients, they expect it.
Sure.
So, and it's
Sure.
a lot of fun to do. First time I did it, can you imagine this? It started, I guess it evolved in the bride's bedroom. I was photographing the bride with window light and so on, and I got this wild idea, and I hung her over the edge of the bed. And she's going, oh, my neck is killing me. I said, it's great, she loved it, but there's got to be a better way to do it. So then I started getting pillows.
Right.
And then I said, wow, and refined it, and then came the Stephen Rudd posing
Right.
cushion, and it's
Sure.
a breeze to do it with this, believe
Yeah.
me. Just watch
Yeah.
it.
Okay, let's do the upside down.
All right. Come on, Jody. Okay, Jeff, swing that, yes. See, so what we're going to do now, Ed,
when you do this, your camera position is really high.
oh, very high. We're going to have it right from
Okay.
this angle, probably over here. We're going to move the key light around. I'm going to show you a couple of real points that are really, really critical doing this. Some of my other colleagues said, oh, Steve, that's a great idea, and they went back and did it, and they didn't. They're going, I did it, but it's something I just don't like about it. As soon as they show me the photograph, I right away fixed it for them. So I'm going to throw you guys before you even take it. How's that?
All right.
First of all, by using this nice contemporary posing cushion here, look, we got the cone peak that way, so we're going to have her sit this way, and she's going to lean back this way. And the beauty about this is with this tiny little ball bearings in here, is that if we want to move her position, all I have to do is just juggle her like this.
Sure.
Falls right into place. It's so easy to do. You could do it with pillows and all that, but your job is going to be harder. You want your job the easiest you can.
Sure.
So we're coming from this direction. So another thing, come on over here, Jody. We'll help her around here. Okay, step right over here. Jeff, what I want you to do, you got to be careful because the brides are worried about that laying back on their dress. So what we're going to do is get the veil out of here. That's great. Okay. Slide down. That's it. Perfect. Right here. Just like that. Okay. Good. Comfortable? Okay. Don't move.
Still trying to
now
envision
watch
staying
this.
in my brides. Okay, lay down on the floor now.
It's fantastic. Now this photograph is high key. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take in all the area of her dress and so on and position all the veil around and everything else.
Got it.
Now, I should talk about lighting it. Lighting is the most important thing. If you try to light it from here, you are going to get Ghoul style lighting.
Sure.
You have to light it, not from here, but the light has to come high and straight in on the face.
Okay.
That's what makes it look great, fantastic. Okay. If you try to light any other way, you get shadows that you don't want to have. We want to keep it high key all the way around the outside edges. So here's what I do. I take my hair light. This would be the last photograph I would do on this sequence because we're going to be moving all our lights around. We'd go like this. We'd lower this down to keep all this nice and bright and high. Can you see this?
Sure. Yep.
I bring my fill light in.
Okay.
My fill light right over here.
Okay. Here. Let me plug it in.
Okay. That we were using. And the fill light comes in here, just like this. And the fill light's going to keep all this edge beautifully clean and white. And then our key light's going to come right in here. Now, as far as the posing goes, this is very critical. This is the part that makes it look good or not. Because we're photographing it from this angle, what happens? You see this? Here's the plane right here. So if we do things like this, look, and put this hand over here nicely, we could touch her lip. She could go over here. There's many things you do with her hand. We'll just do something funky with her hand. Move your arm out a little bit, Jody, please. Just right here, right in her chest here, there, just like that. If you take this hand and do this, what happens now? This is the plane of the photograph. See where this is? You're shooting from this angle. The photograph drops off on the top. So you have to create a plane here. Here's how we do it. It's so simple. Watch. You just take this hand, and we just barely touch it like this, and we lift the little finger in elegant, and we bring this back. What do you see right here now? See? We got a plane. Isn't that great? And now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the veil, part of her dress, and we're going to go around here like this. We're going to start to make this real dreamy. We're going to soften all the edges. Now, this is another pose you're going to watch, because if you leave the bride too long, she's going to fall asleep. I tell you, she's going to fall asleep. And just as we're starting to move in here, watch. This is the most...
And this is where this stepladder comes in.
This comes in, not only here, but many other places. But guess what? This, I'm going to just show you this. This is fantastic. Watch this. This fits in your car, your trunk. Take up any space. Secondly, look how cool it looks. We'll pull it out like this, and it's got a safety lock on it. It can't collapse on you.
It's only available in Canada.
Stephen Rudd. I have them shipped in from Europe. But wait till I tell you what else. We're talking about a high-class photographer.
Right.
He's got his tuxedo on. He's at the reception. He's got all these guests and everything, and he's got a Walmart ladder.
Right, sure.
Terrible. This looks cool even when you leave and watch.
Sure.
You leave the dance floor, one click, see ya. Isn't that fantastic?
Cool. Yep.
Here's where it really comes into play, though. Click, slide it right in close to the tripod. Most cases...
Yeah, because it doesn't have a big footprint.
Exactly. So you can just get right up here like this. Get that light in there for me, Jeff. Fantastic. Looking good. Wow. That's great. And we are going to put two soft focus together. Fantastic. We're going to take our dream edges, leave them out. We don't need it on this.
Okay.
All right, Jody, I want you just to tilt your head down slightly. That's perfect. Looking great. Drop the elbow back tiny little bit. Beautiful. Click. Wait till you see this one. Fantastic. And you can also bring the groom in behind. It goes on and on and on. Here it is over here. Look. Is that beautiful?
Gorgeous. Really
and again,
gorgeous.
What we have here are all these beautiful diagonal lines.
And
look at this. Look.
There's nobody doing this kind of work, and this is going to make you stand out.
Exactly.
As a photographer.
And another variation of this is that you could have the bride. She could close her eyes.
Right.
You can start now. Can you imagine? We walk around the bride. We can come from this angle.
Right.
I mean, it's endless. We just took it straight on.
Sure.
There are so many other photo opportunities with this composition. But remember, this is one of the keys. This arm, bring it up here to keep that in the plane. If that wasn't there, can you imagine? It would just fall right off.
Yep.
And this is usually how I end off this contemporary photo session here with the bride, and I'm telling you, they always buy this one. Absolutely.
Okay. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head back over to Studio A. We're going to be right back.
How you doing, guys? What I like to do is show you some of the beautiful products I have here that allow you to alter your negatives, make custom negatives, not custom prints like we were talking about, such as my beautiful filters, dream edges, and if you want to obtain any of these, in the coupon book today, it tells you how to do it. But what I really want to talk to you about is my videos. I've produced these videos over the last several years. The first one I came out with is called Romantic Images of the Bride and the Groom. And what this is for is really to expand your creativity.
All right. You folks out there, go to those phones. We haven't gotten too many calls in. We did have one call that came in, Stephen. Somebody wanted to know, do you ever do these portraits on low-key backgrounds?
Not this particular style. This particular style segment that I call New Wave Bridal and Fashion and Glamour, I like to do it with those kind of backgrounds. I even go more extreme sometimes, use metallic backgrounds with colored gels and so on. So it has a whole distinct look. I save the low-key for maybe doing more of the traditional family portraits that, you know, many other photographers do. This is something totally unique with a different twist.
Sure, sure. Do we have any questions here in the audience? Yeah.
Set up for the bride shot in the home. Does it take an extraordinary amount of time, or is this something that's done in like an hour or an hour?
No, actually, as a matter of fact,
Let me repeat that question. The question was, because I don't know that our audience can pick up the mics out here. The question was, when he sets up this studio in the bride's home, does it take a lot of time to do that and so forth?
Exactly the opposite. That's why it's so unique. It can be set up in about a 12-foot 12 area, or you could do it in a 10-foot 10. It's a little bit tight, but it's set up in less than 15 minutes. And usually what happens, I do a couple of window lights. My assistant's already got this all set up. And the key to it is not to set it up in a place that you're going to use at the house, like in the living room, that you're going to have to tear down and maybe do other traditional portraits. I go down the basement, unusable space. So they go, what is he doing down there? And they come down, they go, wow, look at this. It turned it into a Hollywood set. So it's great.
If I could follow up on that. If I could follow up on that, you work with one or two assistants?
I work with one assistant, at least two, sometimes three. Because I believe that a wedding is it's a show, isn't it? So if you part of the show, take more assistants, you accomplish more, and it looks real spectacular. Just make sure that you do it professionally.
Okay. Any other questions in here? Yeah. Here, there's a mic right behind you, Prospero. Talk on the mic. That way the audience can hear you.
Thank you. In the demonstration, you show up in just a Muslim background. I would like to know if you disagree about using canvas backgrounds who are really produced.
Painted canvas type.
Painted
backgrounds,
canvas,
right? Sure.
I don't have anything against any kind of background. The reason I've done that already in the past, and I would still do it if it was requested. The reason that I'm sort of talking about this is something new that no one else does. So that if you're going to talk about a marketing ploy, if you already do all that, you can say, well, listen, I have some other things that are unique and different I'd like to do, and this is why we're talking about this. Any background is great.
Okay, tell you what, Stephen, we've got to get out. This is a timed show. We've got to get out to the trade show in just a second. Before we do, let me just make you aware. You already saw Stephen's soft sell commercial. Just so that you know what's going on, in each of the rooms, the photographers...
But talk about some of the techniques and so on that we're trying to use and some of the different types of photography that we're trying to employ in our studio. This first section would like to talk about on-location photography, environmental type photography, or in other words, bringing the environment into the photograph and then concentrating on nice lighting on the subject's face or on the overall subject. A little bit about technique now before we go too far. If you look at the photograph over here, the beautiful bride in the church, we want to expose for the ambient light or the natural light that is giving this overall illumination here. In a sense, we are dragging the shutter. Let's say that setting is like 3 seconds at f8. We want to be able to work as much depth as we can. We want to have depth into the front plane of the foreground or the front plane in the photograph, and then also clear into the back area so that we have good depth all the way through. Then we want to come in, and we want, in this particular shot, we have 2 lights. One is a bare bulb or a frontal light, a light that is giving illumination now to the front plane of the face. Here, the side